Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Luke as always. So today we're just going to have a little review on this budget shooting chronograph from eBay, and I'm just going to really explain to any new air gunners or old air gunners if you want, why in my opinion chronos are an essential must-have piece of kit. Right, so first I'll give you a quick rundown on the chrono itself. This is just a basic chronograph from eBay, like I said. I think this one cost me around £30–35, but prices do go up and down on these. So £35, made in China, but yeah, it still does the job, and it's stood up to around 3 years use now without any issues. The chrono is 10 centimeters by 9 centimeters and 4.5 in depth, and it's quite light, so it's a nice little compact unit which would go in your range bag or even your pocket, to be honest. We got a thread hole underneath to put it on a tripod, and it takes 3 AAA batteries, which I've got to admit I've only changed them twice in 3 years. So, you know, I use this when I'm servicing my rifles to periodically check my rifles, so, you know, that's not bad for battery life. Right, so we turn the chrono on. As you can see, the sensors tested there, and they both test good. Right, so you can see the screen is backlit, and it can be set for how long you want it to stay on, and the chrono itself can be set so it'll turn off after 5 minutes, etc. So that, excuse me, there's no worries about leaving it on or it coming back on in your bag, etc. Right, so as I said, there's a few different power reading settings, including FPS, joules and meters per second. I always read them, as you can see, in joules and FPS. That's the ones I set them on, and you know, most air gunners would have this set on those. But also, I like to know the power in foot per pound, so all I do is I get the reading in joules and I convert it on my phone with an app. Right, so all you would do to set this up is, you would go to set memory, and as you can see there's 6 different settings, and I'll cycle through to the main one that I use, number 2, and as you can see you put in the weight, 0.94 gram and 5.52 millimeter caliber, and then you would put that in, and then you would go up back onto the setting. Then you would shoot through it, and it will give you your readout. Right, as you can see, like I said, you can put 6 different caliber and weighted pellets in it, so that's quite good, and it will also hold any data you put in. So once it's in, unless you know the batteries run out or anything like that, but I ain't had that problem yet. Yeah, also a handy feature, if I can find it, is the data playback feature, and you know, it saves up to a 90 shot string. But you know, most air gunners will do a 10 shot string or a 20 shot string, you know, just to see the consistency. Right, and that just saves you getting a pen and paper out, really. So right, there's a couple more basic features on this, but I won't go into them. I'll just give you the ones that I've told you, because I believe they're the ones what most air gunners will use the most, and they're the ones that, you know, the chrono will just be left on like I do. Right, so now I'll just give you my opinion on why a chrono is a must for any air gunner, really. So, you know, any air gunner who services their own air guns or hunts with an air rifle, you know, to start with, the legal limit in the UK is 12 foot per pound, 16 joules for a rifle, and 7.5 joules, 6 foot per pound for a pistol. So as responsible shooters, It's our duty to make sure our guns never exceed these limits, and it's always best to check the gun with a range of different pellets just to cover your back. Also, myself and a lot of other shooters have received guns from shops, etc., which have basically been over the limit. So having the chronos covered my back, it saved me, and it saved a lot of people from a firearm charge. You know, as overpowered air guns are classed as that. You know, and they need to be put on a firearm certificate, so having the chrono could save you. So that's one reason. Now the second reason is, as air rifle hunters, you know, we like to keep our rifles at a constant power, usually 10.5 to 11.5 foot per pound. So, you know, we can ensure clean, humane kills, so it's a must for any airgun hunter to check regularly, to check after service, you know, and to add preload washers or take them away if needed. You know, if the power has dropped, you know, you'd add a few. If it was over, you would, you know, take a few away. Right, which over time, you know, the airgun will lose power anyway. We know that as airgun hunters, you know, you leave your spring-loaded rifle cocked for up to a couple of hours if you don't get a shot. So, you know, the springs do shrink, so it's a very good idea having one of these if you hunt with air rifles, because you don't want your power dropping down to, say, 6 foot per pound, you know, and you're shooting at rabbits from 25, 35 yards, because that's just not, it's not what, as responsible shooters, you know, we want to hear. We don't, you know what I mean? You need to be responsible. So, I mean, that's about it really, but they were the two main reasons why I think these are so important, you know. But as always, you know, this has been my opinion, and you should always do your own homework. But I think you'll find that a lot of other spring piston air gunners will agree with me, and they'll tell you more or less the same thing I've told you, but you know it in their own little version. So I just wanted to get this out there, you know, for any new shooters or anyone, you know, just thinking about a chrono or wondering, you know, is it essential? Do I really need one? You know, in my opinion, yes, you do. So yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you've had any experience with overpowered guns, you know, and as always, you know, buy a chrono, be responsible, cover your backs legally, and just always remember you're representing responsible shooters, and being responsible will ensure our sport lives on for future generations. You know, we've got a bad enough name as it is, air gunners in the UK, so, you know, we've got to be responsible, and we've got to watch each other's backs, and just, you know, it's not, you got to think about other shooters as well as yourself. So that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.